For my muffin.
Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And we have some Tone City in here for you.
Tone City. Let me tell you a little teeny-weeny story before Rob starts to play. So I get this email from somebody out in the Far East saying, got this new range of pedals, seen all your videos and da-da-da-da-da, and would like you to be like the exclusive retailer in the UK for these pedals. And as a result of supplying them through you exclusively, da-da-da-da, there's some price advantages and we think the pedals will be very competitive. And I'm like, yeah, I get quite a lot of emails like this.
Yeah, you were quite sceptical, were you?
So I sort of went, okay, send me a box of samples and I'll check them out. So a couple of weeks later, a box of about a dozen pedals arrives. And I sort of plug them in and I sat there sort of going, as I was going through the pedals, I'm like, actually, do you know what? These are pretty good. And then like 3 or 4 of them, I'm like, these are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like getting my calculator out going, that can't be right, you know. And these things here are going to sell for like £39.
39 quid?
39 quid for a metal, true bypass, decent sounding. The guys at Tone City have said you get any faults with them in the first 2 years after you sell them, literally just give the guy another one, we'll just replace it for you. So I'm sort of sitting there going, this is a bit good really, isn't it? So I've done some videos where we don't really talk about them with Peter Honore that are on the Andertons channel. So if you just want to literally like a 2-3 minute...
If you want some good playing, that's where you go to see that.
You just want to see like a 2 or 3 minute playthrough of each pedal, go there. And Rob just picked out for really largely just based on their names, to be honest with you, rather than anything else. And I just thought, I'm going to show them to Rob. Rob was unbelievably skeptical at the beginning of this video.
Well, because,
it was like,
you know,
for 39
the Chinese made cheap pedals. But I'm open-minded, man.
Yeah,
open-minded. So
I'm hoping that we'll see a smiley face on Chappers' face. We're not going to try and do all 12 of the pedals. Just, as I said, just going to pick out a few here, and I'll put a link underneath if you just want to go and see them. There really are in the range. There's everything from a pedal called the Sweet Cream, which is a really, really dynamic, low gain, transparency, kind of bluesy, just beautiful sounding pedal, right through to Crazy Fuzz pedals, and almost every genre of sort of drive type tone in between. And then there's a cool delay pedal and a chorus pedal, and that, fun enough, I got an email from the lady at Tone City, Grace her name is, ironically. Perhaps she even looked up what my daughter was called, thought I'll just call myself that because they would probably like them more. So, and she said, actually, you know what, there's like I've got 3 or 4 more samples on the way over of pedals that will probably come out later this year. So quite an exciting range. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. From what I understand, the guy behind these is ex-Mooer. So
that explains why you went ahead and just
and they are great sounding pedals too.
And they're cute and small.
They're cute and small. They're just, in case you're wondering, if there's not, I wouldn't really say it's what's the downside, but the size of these pedals means that there's nowhere to put a battery in them. So you will have to run at these off of a mains supply. The cool news is, though, one of the things that we have agreed is for every 2 of these that you buy, so if you buy 2 of these in one go, we actually ship you a 5-way power supply for free.
Wow.
As part of that order.
That's great.
So if you already have a power supply that you can use for these, that's fine, just order them. But if you don't, bear in mind that you need to buy.
You know, at some point we should really do, and we've already discussed this, the tiniest pedal or tiniest rig challenge ever. Well, we're going to do smallest pedal board. After this video, we're going to go and do the Jim Dunlop Crybaby mini wah thing. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, imagine if your rig was a wah, a delay, sorry, a wah, a drive pedal, a chorus and a delay.
Yeah.
It would literally, with these pedals in the middle, it would be like this big, wouldn't it? It'd just be...
immense.
I heard my phone bleep then. Someone has just sent me a text about pedals. This is almost spooky. One of the reps that I deal with, who doesn't work for Tone City, but I was telling about Tone City the other day how good I thought they were, has literally just sent me a text message from Frankfurt going, they've got those pedals here. How weird is that?
Show that camera.
How weird is that? Look. You know.
That's really random.
Random.
Well, there you go.
Bizarre.
Anyway, let's take a listen. So, I've got my beautiful custom guitar that I made. Well, I didn't make it myself, but I chose bits to be made.
You did. It's a great sounding guitar.
Clean
bit
sound.
Of that and a bit of that, I think.
Yeah, a bit of that too, because why not put a really expensive Les Paul for a £39 pedal. Yeah. So, clean sound. Single coil, humbucker, go for it.
One golden Plexi, which, if you hadn't already worked that out, is a Marshall-y Plexi kind of sounding drive.
Holy f wagon. That is a great sounding pedal. What is going on? I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm sure the guys at Tone City are electronics whiz kids, but on the flip side, I'm equally sure that it's not that difficult to find a circuit of a great sounding distortion pedal
and copy it
and go, I know what, why don't we make these in a
Can we
really
just A/B again
place.
the clean versus that pedal? So
yeah.
Let me just That's stupid.
What is it that you would absolutely go, you know, that goes together like a baked potato and butter,
or beans,
a Les Paul into a Marshall?
All right.
So let's see what that sounds like. Okay,
do it. Wow. Great, it's got solid, chunky, chewy, choppy chewiness.
Yeah. I actually thought as well, sacrilege, I actually thought that the telly sounded a little bit better. I think I wonder if it's like a lower output pickup, just juices the pedal a bit more.
I don't know about that.
Did you think the Les Paul sounded better?
Well, they both sounded great. Do it again. Holds its tuning better.
Well, it's brand new out the box, isn't it? That one. Do you know what I think you nailed there? Is I had too much gain dialed in on the pedal, and maybe they just think that
they're high output pickups.
Yeah, they're too hot, aren't they? Let's just. We're going to take a small interlude whilst we plug into a tuner and tune up.
Yeah, you roll off the gain.
That was the trick there. Roll the gain.
That is absolute for this guitar. That's the trick.
Yeah.
But for that guitar,
a little bit more gain.
Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less. That's amazingly good.
So that's the golden Plexi. We really like that. So now we shall place it. What? You've got £39 in your pocket. You just want it. See, and that isn't that the crazy thing? I mean, there you are. That's it. Rob has just bought a golden Plexi.
I'm throwing my money at it, Lee.
I threw my money at it. It's got a receipt here for Big Mama's Chunky Whorehouse.
What is it actually for?
A hand job. This was from a restaurant that I'm surprised you haven't got shares in this place yet. That you go to every
show
time
the camera. Show the camera.
It is called the Cinema. I think it's going to give away your.
Don't give away my
credit card
bank
number.
details.
No, don't go there. But there we are. Look, the cinnamon. Is it there? The cinnamon tree on Woodbridge Road. It's a little Indian restaurant.
It's
down
the best
the road
Indian in
from Andertons.
Guildford. Always go Cinnamon Tree. You get the best handshake in the world.
You know they watch all these videos, don't you?
They should do.
They definitely don't.
They definitely never have seen the videos. But they're brilliant, brilliant Indian restaurant.
Right, so let's have some interlude music while I just change pedal. So, do you like the fact that I've tried to lay out these pedals in my little homage to Rabir?
It's like a little afro.
That's his mouth, that's of his nose, they're his eyes, and that's his hair.
I wonder what Bane would think about that.
It's a fucking disgrace. You asshole.
Okay, so the Wildfire, when I tried this, I kind of would describe this as a bit more like your kind of stoner rock, crossover, distortion, fuzzy kind of pedal. So again, we'll try and get some tones. I think it's, you know, see what kind of riffs this inspires you to play. But again, one clean sound.
Okay.
Another great, I mean, for the right thing, again, I don't know how you always classify this kind of genre of, it's shades of fuzz with shades of early distortion.
It's a little bit... Jimmy,
yeah, a little bit. It's probably heavier, isn't it, than that? I can't remember what this switch does. It just says clip gain. So let's see what happens.
Hold on. Let's get a tone before it. Taking off some of the top end. That note was all you need to know about this pedal.
So that Wildfire, again, I'd love to hear some more money. I'd love to hear it again. Just what would be your what would be your sort of classic? I know you were playing some sort of Queens of the Stone Age, but you know the sort of riffs you did when you were playing the Thunderclaw the other day.
Yeah.
I kind of think this sort of reminds me of that type.
I'd roll off a bit of the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, another £39 winner there.
This is like stocking money, isn't it?
I know, and to be honest with you, I think we had a guy in America or Australia or somebody ordered a couple of these overnight, and the shipping on these worked out, because they're so tiny, the shipping on these only worked out at about 10 or 15 quid.
I'm getting excited, I've got to take my top off.
Again, it doesn't matter really what country in the world you live in. If you can find your country in our checkout, see what the delivery cost is. Because I said it's free in the UK, but I've got a feeling even if you're in Europe, it'll still only be like 2 quid or 3 quid, which is pounds if you don't know what a quid is. And even, as I said, even people on the other side of the globe, I'm fairly sure it was something crazy like 10 or 15 quid to ship these. But anyway, look, go look it up. So that's the Wildfire. Just to break things up, because you're probably, you know, to give us a break from the distortion, I'm going to try the Angel Wing next. So okay. That's a chorus. So a bit of interlude music, please.
Right, I have a clean tone.
So the Angel Wing is a chorus pedal, really nothing clever here, but it is an analog chorus pedal, and therefore reminded me certainly of some of my favourite old sort of childhood chorus pedals. Anyway, let's have a listen. So here's without.
I really like it.
I don't know what it is about certain modern chorus pedals, but they lost that lushness that old ones had, but this seems good.
Really nice, but we need to hear it with this one.
You want to hear it with some
We need to couple them together.
Well, let me steal a patch lead off of my pedal board down here. Okay, so we're going to put the golden Plexi in first, and just
Zach Wild, baby.
You want to go Zach Wild?
Well, I can't play like him, but that's just what's going to happen.
Oh, I haven't given you a main
give me some
supply.
power.
Ah, you see what we just demonstrated here. The fact that you do need.
If you bought these two, you would be able to have power as well.
That's
anyways.
true. That's true.
It was good. It was good.
Sorry, hang on. It doesn't look like Robert anymore. Now it looks like. Who does that remind you?
A robot.
That reminds
me.
No, you know that. Oh yeah, it's like a. I was about to say that reminds me of Beaker from the Muppets. Do you remember like the guy that used to?
Yeah.
Remember Beaker?
I remember Beaker.
What does it remind you of?
Quite dearly.
Here we go.
Do it, bro. Do it.
That's
great.
Two of those together then, so that's what that's. It's £79, including free shipping and a 5-way power supply sent to your door next day.
Into your cheap, clean amplifier.
trying to increase the amount of chorus?
Yeah.
Okay, it's this one.
Okay, do it.
I've got the chorus.
Enjoy that.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's the chorus.
It's kind of blowing apart all of my
preconceptions.
No, I've got that kind of. Most people have this kind of hang-on thing that has to be like an American-made or a British-made or a. You know, even though I manufacture guitars in Korea, which isn't England or America, but you still have that kind of hang-on vibe that things that are affordable made in China are not good. That's good.
Yes, I think we have to get over the well.
That's undeniably great.
I think my issue with, you know, I sell a lot of product that's made in the Far East, China in particular. And to be honest with you, I think the issue is if you say to someone in China, can you make me a guitar that only costs 50 quid? And it's just got, I don't really care about, you know, componently, it's obviously we'd have to use all the cheapest components to get it to that price. Can you do it? They would go, yep, we do that. And then of course what happens is you get this brand that releases a terrible guitar.
Right.
And the Chinese get a bad rep for sort of making it. And then on the flip side, you say Apple was a good example. You know, if you have a brand that sort of says, look, here's a, you know, can you make this to this extremely high quality standard? Of course they can make that, and they do a perfectly good job of doing that as well. So I just kind of think that it's potentially the sort of the idea of something being Chinese made doesn't mean it's going to be bad, but I think what you probably do get with English and American stuff is because it's going to be expensive to build there anyway, it's almost a sort of a relative guarantee that it's going to be good.
But it isn't always that way.
No. I think the point I was just trying to make is that just because it's Chinese doesn't mean it's not going to be good. It just means it isn't a guarantee of it being good, if you like. But I think this is a good example of they're doing it very well.
Yeah. What's a bad horse then like? Now, people are going to be saying, yeah, but how much is this guitar?
Loads.
It's a lot of money. And my amplifier's how much?
Loads.
But we're using a clean channel. Yeah. It's just a clean channel. It's clean. It's a great clean.
And in fairness, if you want to see all of these pedals played through the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, which is still a mid-price kind of amplifier, but loads of you have got Hot Rod Deluxes. So it's a real good reference point. We did all the videos on the Andertons channel of these through that, so go listen to that. But to be honest with you, it's not like we're dialing in, although that's a good point you said, because what I was going to say for the bad horse, what we probably will do now is demonstrate it both as a distortion pedal over a clean tone, but also as a sort of a booster type
over a bit of crunch.
Over a bit of crunch. So here we go, as it is at the moment.
That's really good as well.
So it's a nice, clean, bluesy.
everything so far is really good.
Yeah, the one if you're listening to that thinking, oh, I just want something a bit less, go look at the video we did on. It's called the Cream Tea, and that's a little bit less than that, but you can go and watch that video.
But this has got a lot more in it than I realised, because I didn't realise it was like, you know.
All the guys that I know that own Klon Centaurs all say it's not about the gain, it's about the volume boost. So put it on a real mild crunch, probably with the crunch at maybe, yeah, I was going to say like 9 or 10 o'clock. And let's see what happens if we go all about the volume boost and not. Let's try it with the Telecaster. Which, for any of you thinking, well, at least we now have a cheap guitar. What was this guitar? 300 quid plus some mods.
Yeah, but it's got a quarter pounder. It's got a bare knuckle in it.
It's still a, you know, it's at the cheaper end of the scale.
Truth. I enjoyed that.
Do you know, I think the bit that cracks me up the most is that I absolutely know that I could have taken a flashier looking, larger casing with a USA badge on it, called some sort of trendy name, told you that, you know, James Hetfield used these pedals, and done it and told you they were all 200 quid each, and we'd have done another demo, and you'd have had exactly, you'd have just gone, yeah, sound great. You know,
so basically, like, you think they've probably copied some very famous, very good pedals?
Well, they've certainly taken their inspiration from them. I mean, there's I'm certainly not going to be so bold. You know, copy is a you know.
That's why I'm saying this, because people will probably say that.
Well, I mean, there certainly have been brands in the past that have been accused of doing that.
I mean, every brand that releases pedals makes a thing of something. It'll be like a Tube Screamer type, or it'll be a...
Yeah, so I think this is probably fair to sort of... I mean, there's no way, having seen the guts of... I've seen inside a Klon pedal, and I've, you know, there's absolutely... You know, and I've seen inside a Boss CE 2. There's absolutely no way that those components would fit inside these pedals.
Okay.
So there's no way that they are just circuit rip-offs of them.
If they break...
Yeah.
What happens?
Within 2 years, you just send it back to Andertons, and we just send you a new one.
They send you another one in 2 years.
Yeah. So they're obviously fairly confident that, like, the switches and stuff are all
Is that
good.
anyone in Europe that buys one?
Anyone in the world.
Anyone in the world?
You send it back to Andertons.
That's insane.
So
what's this one then?
Okay, so it's the last one, isn't it? Dry Martini. Again, I just picked this out because whenever I see it, the name reminds me of Warren Martini, and I know he plays kind of 80s kind of guitar, and Rob would like that. So I have there is no official affiliation between the Dry Martini and Warren Martini. Is it Warren D Martini?
Yeah.
Warren, it is.
Yeah.
That's who I meant. Maybe that's the D, the Dream, right? Anyway,
it might.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that chap at all. It just is another sort of decent sounding drive pedal.
Okay, getting rid of the crunch. Back. Will it go a bit brighter?
Yes.
It's another great pedal.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not. There's not. This one is not as different sounding. I think there's shades of sort of golden plexi in there.
It's very, very smooth.
Yeah.
So it makes you play smooth legato runs.
Yeah. This is the only one out of everything so far that I think we're getting the best tones from the pedal where it's just maxed out. It's like, look, put it all in, she said. Put it all in, and that's. Let me hear the pole.
All right.
It sounds like it wants to sustain a lot. That
yeah,
pedal,
I think that's really for single coils. Is it true? Rabia was telling me they do a pedal called the Fux Fuzz.
They do. They do. The only opportunity we're ever going to get to say that word and not bleep it out.
So let me get this right. It's a pedal that they're calling, and that you're selling, that is called the Fux Fuzz.
Yes, although not spelt in the. I've got one here. Hang on. Let me just scribble through a few boxes.
So it's Fux, but it's not spelled.
It's F-U-X-X. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funnily enough, in Maltese that would be Fush.
Well, perhaps in fairness, we'd get away. Perhaps you should only watch this video if you're from Malta, and then we won't be quite so offensive. Yeah, this is I didn't.
Oh, Kifinti.
I wasn't sure that we would. This is the pedal that I've ordered the least of in the range because it's kind of.
Well, because it's got a naughty name.
No, not because it's got a naughty name. I should have ordered the most of them for that reason. No, just because it's kind of Fuzz again is like a kind of crazy pedal, isn't it? I don't know.
Well, Fuzz, you don't want more humbuckers.
No, you're almost certainly right.
Can I have that Strat?
Yeah. Don't forget to keep the first tone control at 0. Otherwise, it's a bit over the top. This guitar, isn't it?
Well, I'm not saying you can't play Fuzz with humbuckers, but I've spoken to a couple of guys that make Fuzz pedals, and they've always said, no, you want single coils. God's sake, they're all great.
You like it, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
The switch here is what switches in that kind of octave effect. It's slightly kind of mental. Again, don't know if it would work. Put just a smidgen crunchy tone on the amplifier. I'm trying to sort of... when I've played with these, this was the one that I would periodically play something and go, oh, that kind of cool, and then I'd play a load of other stuff and go, I'm not so sure. I bet you now, Sod's Law, this is the pedal that you guys will all want to order the most of and will run out really fast.
It sounds reminiscent of my Jimi Hendrix Octavia. Man,
I think I know where the name came from now. It's because when they've literally first played that, they've literally just gone, Fux.
Can I get beer to play on that? Because I think
anybody can play. Anybody can play.
Okay, we're gonna get beer, but only if you will shout beer. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Beer! Come and play this. What was it called, beer?
The Fux Fuzz.
Yeah.
Trying to get you, I want to get it to the point where you literally feel like you can kind of kick it in for some sort of solo type thing, but it's a wild pedal, this one. It's untamable. You know what this pedal needs? It needs this switch to be foot switchable.
Yeah.
Because you want to do all the stuff that you're doing down on the E and the A and the D string kind of without. And then as soon as you go to the... so I'm going to try and replicate that. What you need to do is hire a very small person to sit by your pedal board. And when you nod at him like that, he'll just switch the switch in. So I'm waiting for the nod. On that note,
awesome. Nice.
No.
Stupid.
Fuxing
so
hell.
Fucks. Yeah.
Fuxing hell.
Yeah, fucks.
That's allowed. That's allowed. All you children out there.
That with a mini wah.
When your dad says, "What did you say?" You say, "Fux Fuzz." Is what I was saying, referring to a pedal video I'd just seen on the Chappers channel. It's all his fault. Oh, hello.
So we like these pedals.
Great.
What can I say?
How much are they?
They're all £39. There might be one in the range that's £49. I think the delay pedal's £49, but there we are.
£49.
Yes.
Rob, should we just get them all?
I think we should get them all, mate.
Let's just make a new Tour J rig.
Yeah.
Just
maybe on another day we'll revisit and record the rest of the video, the rest of the pedals in a video. But if you can't wait for that, as I said, I'll put a link in the description below where you can go and see some other videos of these pedals. And anyway, that's it. I've been the Captain.
I've been Chappers.
I've been Beer.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, my name's Rabia and I've teamed up with Musicism to teach you how to play guitar. So I've been playing guitar about 10 years. I'm the lead guitarist in the band Dorje, and I also have my own signature model guitar from Chapman Guitars. I have a degree in music performance from the Academy of Contemporary Music, and what I've done here with Musicism is created a guitar course that I really wish I had when I started playing. So with this guitar course, I'm not just going to teach you scales and chords and techniques, but I'm also going to give you the knowledge to become a really awesome guitar player. Throughout the guitar course, we'll be putting together all the skills you've learned so far into some wicked guitar solos that I've written. They get more difficult as you go through, but don't worry, I'll be breaking them down piece by piece. We'll be starting from the ground up, so I'll be teaching you how to hold a guitar pick, to holding the guitar, vibrato and bending, all the way through to awesome guitar solos. By the end of this guitar course, you'll be flying around the fretboard in no time. So let me show you how it works. You'll be following lessons along the learning path that I've laid out for you. We'll learn the guitar step by step so you don't get lost. Once you've finished the lesson, you'll unlock practice exercises to really nail the skills you've learned. Track your progress in the practice journal so you know what to work on next time you sit down with the guitar. Earn badges as you practice. If you really want to challenge yourself, get them all, because if you do, you'll be a really great guitar player. So what's stopping you? Click here to start learning guitar for free, and I'll see you in the first lesson.